What's up, everybody? This is Zach with the Nerd Cave Podcast, episode 241, and I'm joined along with no other than
Allie.
Allie, how's your week been?
Tired.
Your week's been tired.
My week's been tired, and so have I.
My week's been tired.
So have I. Oh, you know what? That's gonna be a shirt. My week's been tired, and so have I.
We're just making shirts left and right now.
I'm so mad because I used to have this list of all these shirts that I wanted to make when I finally got the time to, and I actually finally got the time to do it. I only remembered one. I was just like, no. I think another one is I wanted to make a Poster Man shirt.
Yeah.
So I need to do that. But
Poster Man would be good.
Poster Man will be good.
Cake and the pig. I didn't say it today.
Oh, no.
Let's kick this pig.
Yeah, but that because I remember that was another one I wanted to make, but then I think it was either you or Robbie pointed out it's no one else ever hears us say that.
Yeah.
By us, I mean you guys.
Yeah, so it would be a shirt for one of us.
Yeah.
You know, just like a inside joke.
Yeah, just a little inside joke.
I think still one of my most favorite shirts is the Sweet Jesus shirt.
It's a good one. It's
a really good one.
solid shirt.
Good solid, good 10 on the Richter scale.
Mm-hmm.
Which there was an actual earthquake that was almost a 9.
Okay, yeah.
Outside of Anchorage.
Amy was telling me about that, but she couldn't remember what the Richter scale reading was.
Yeah, it was 7.9 on the Richter scale, right outside of Anchorage.
Yeah.
And this, it actually happened. It's not like a malfunction or whatever. It happened, and then
it died out, right?
Yeah, there was a buoy that's outside of Anchorage, and there was a 30-foot wave that was coming in, and they were telling people to, evacuate to get at least 100 feet above sea level and all of that. Absolute chaos, but thankfully...
I think it was by the time it got there, it was almost totally gone.
Thankfully...
Yeah, no one was hurt.
No one was hurt. The wave dissipated, so somebody was definitely looking out for the people. And when I first read it, I'm like, oh my! And then I read that it dissipated, and I was very thankful that no one was hurt and everything was okay. But it's one of those things. It's just when you read that, you're like, oh, this is scary because you think about the tsunamis that hit back in early 2000s over, oh Lord, where was all of that?
That was Japan, right?
Yeah, Japan had tsunamis. They had nuclear reactors. Japan got the brunt of it for a while there.
Yeah, they did.
But I'm glad everybody's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, this is the Nerd Cave Podcast. Each and every week we come to you with all the nerdy news that you need to know, except for video games.
Nope, no video games.
Video games has its own thing now. It's called Nerd Cave Plus. You can check it out on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock p.m. on live stream, or you can check it out on podcast services, not podcast services around the world.
I want someone... I bet it already exists. I was going to say someone either needs to make a podcast service called Podcurse or a magic podcast called Podcurse. But I bet it exists. I'm looking it up.
You look that up. You can check that out over on iTunes and other podcast services. We cover releases. We cover the news that's happening. We cover what we've been playing. We answer any questions that you have. And we also talk about the corrections that we might have had throughout the episode, and then we live stream a video game for about an hour on that. Allie was on for the first episode, the inaugural episode, and Robbie was on the second episode. Second episode, flow was a lot better because I had more of an idea of what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to work out my transitions, that game's a really long time away, a long ways away, and all of that. Where you could get the next game or what, the releases, and got to work that out because I said that to Robbie. He's like, yeah, it's a really long time away. He's like, but I think they'll put this game out before this. And I'm just like, yeah, this game's a really long ways away.
And I feel like you just hold up a little card very subtly on the table I'm transitioning or I'm segueing.
Segue. But you can check out Nerd Cave Plus. It is on the gaming channel. We live stream it, and then we put up the podcast services, and we put a clean version, not a non-cursing, but we don't do any of that anyway, but a
a
non-drop.
nice edited.
Yeah, it's edited, has all the good stuff in there, no drop frames or anything. That goes up and all of that for your viewing pleasure on the replay. So definitely check that out. This episode today is brought to you by Grammarly.com. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, though. So this week, kind of slow on the news, and Robbie's not here. He's feeling a little under the weather. His tooth aches, and he got a headache, and I think he just didn't want to come and hang out with us.
I mean, it's possible. I'll make sure to give him the worst character sheet.
Yeah, he gets the troll that has no arms.
I could make that actually.
Troll with no arms. And
I will specifically roll a character and get out because like it's like the way you do it. Like you roll a bunch of dice, all that fun stuff.
I got my dice.
Yeah, you got your dice.
A little audio
courtesy of Price Busters Games. Thank you.
Yes. Price Busters was actually our first sponsor of the Nerd Cave. Yep. Long time ago. Little knowledge right there.
Little knowledge.
Yeah. But that's for the audio listeners.
Yeah, just shake.
Like, please stop it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'll go through it. And I'll roll it a bunch, and instead of taking all the best rolls, I'll take all the worst rolls, and then I'll make sure that it's like he has disadvantage on any kind of like ranged or like an arm attack because he doesn't have any arms.
That would be hilarious. Mm-hmm. Or something with his toothache. Like we got to make it where it's like
his character can't talk, so like he has to convey all of his stuff through like
Of course, we're talking about Nerd Caves and Dragons.
Nerd Caves and Dragons.
Which we have to record to be on our timeline.
I thought we were going to be recording. I was hoping we were going to be recording today, but you know, life happens.
Life finds a way, as Robbie would like to say. But we're definitely got to record. And if you're over on Patreon, you will get the first episode on February 12th.
Which is why we have to record it very soon.
Yes. And if it doesn't go up February 12th, then you can tar and feather Allie.
No, tar and feather Robbie.
Well, it's your show.
Yeah, but I need you guys here.
I'm here. I live here.
Yeah, well, Robbie's not.
I live here,
yeah,
so I'm
Robbie's not.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Tar and feather Robbie.
You gotta like wrangle him.
Well, I can't.
The man beast.
Got a toothache over
the bearded
wherever
sultan.
he is.
That's what his character's name is going to be called, the Bearded Sultan.
Yeah, you guys have to name your characters. That's another thing is that because I don't know how extensively we've talked about Nerd Caves and Dragons on the show.
We really haven't talked in depth. We talked that there was going to be a show, when it was going to start, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Amy wants to be on the show, too.
Yeah, no, I bought her some dice. I bought some dice thinking that if she did play, which is good because if the more people you have, the better.
Yeah, the better
and then I won't have to play an NPC in your party.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm really excited to do this. I'm a little nervous because it's my first time like DMing.
You're going to do awesome.
Yeah, and the great thing is that because whenever my friends and I we played the campaign, we already knew a good portion of like the beginning of the campaign, so it was really hard to like not play the meta, as it's called, like knowing.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But you guys don't know anything, so it's great.
Yeah, well, it's like having known what the beginning of a video game is going to be, and then like doing a let's play of it, and like having to act like you know it.
What?
Yeah, like. Secrets out of the bag here. I've had to do that a few times because there's been like technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties, or like you want to play it a little bit because you want to make sure that the game's actually going to record.
Yeah,
like
test it out and all of that. So
like all live, like pretty much anybody on YouTube, and they're like, I've never played this game before. It's like they've played the first like 5 minutes of it just to test it.
At least. Yeah, to see if it's worth their time.
Some of them say like, yeah, like you see the new game, they're like, that was me testing, make sure it worked. Other than that, like I don't know anything about this game. And I'm like, yes, that's the truth. Don't be like, we've never seen this before. Like I'm like, nah, you have.
There's been times where we actually have it.
That's very no, that is true. That's very true.
When we did speed runners or whatever it was called, we had no idea what we're doing.
Like, what are we doing?
That game's really fun.
The game is really fun. I remember we tried to play it again recently, but it would not hook up with the controllers. It was
PC
really
and its freaking drivers.
Superior.
Oh.
Yeah, so but with Nerd Caves and Dragons, just for the simplicity of you guys, like you could roll your characters, but that's then you have to go and pick your background stuff. So preset it's easier on you guys.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time for that.
So yeah, we're using like the preset character sheets that come with the 5th edition, which is the current edition for Dungeons and Dragons. And then we'll be doing the starter pack. It's like the Minds of I don't actually remember what the mine is called, but it's
Moria.
No, but that's what I want to call it. The Lost Mine of Phandelver, whatever. But it's like the starter campaign for the 5th edition.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that, like simplicity for my sake, just for first time DMing, and then simplicity for you guys, first time playing.
Yeah.
So
I've never played that nerd stuff before.
Nah.
But I'm excited
I'm
for that because that's our first part of our seasonal content package for the year.
I'm very excited too. I'm gonna be wearing a special shirt. I was at Target the other day and I was like, I'm just gonna look because like I got a gift card there for Christmas, so I can go and get some new clothes. And I was like, I'm just gonna go because I didn't have the card with me, so I was like, I'm gonna look around, window shop, come back with the gift card, know what I want to buy.
Yeah.
And then I went in there and there was one shirt left and it was like vintage Dungeons and Dragons shirt, and I was like, I'd like to purchase this.
I used to have the dragon, the shirt. Came from Loot Crate. I don't know where it is anymore.
That's a shame. We
should probably make, if everything goes well and people want it, a Nerd Caves and Dragons shirt.
Yeah.
I
had a few different ideas for what I wanted the logo to be.
Mm-hmm.
The one I have now, it's fine. I like it. It's sleek.
It's fun.
It's sleek. But I kind of wanted to, it was also just I didn't have the time to sit down and perfect out a drawing. But I kind of want to make a doodle wearing the Nerd Cave glasses, of a dragon wearing the Nerd Cave glasses.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I just haven't had time to do that.
Well, you just find a friend of yours that can draw.
Yeah.
And you hold them at gunpoint until it's done.
Yeah, I might. Because by gunpoint, I'll just be like, hey, I'll pay you.
Or actual gunpoint.
Yeah,
your friendship might be ruined after that, but then you have a pretty sweet drawing. Unless there's sweat stains on it from the fear.
You can edit that out once you scan it in.
Yeah. Photoshop's a heck of a tool.
It is. It truly is.
So I'm excited though.
I am too. And it's I'm gonna go over some more stuff whenever we actually do it. I might even make I'm debating about just trying to explain stuff to some people or whatever. Maybe making a little intro thing before we get into it. I don't know. But then I'm also going to be re-explaining stuff. And then depending on what you guys want to do, we because I'm just going to as of right now, I'm just handing you guys character sheets. And I think you guys are going to do some character creation, quote, quote, on screen.
Yeah.
Okay, this is this. Because it also because there's personality traits. And then there's also alignment. So are you lawful good? Are you chaotic evil? All that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so they all come pre-aligned and everything. So if you want to change it, you totally can. I don't care. And there's personality traits, bonds, flaws, ideals, and those again they're already the entire character sheet is already filled out.
Yeah.
So they're already on there. So but if you guys don't want to use those, they're mainly there just so that way they can help people who aren't used to role playing in games. To help you kind of be I don't know what to do in the situation. What would my character do? And then you look and you kind of base your decision off what that would be. But if you guys want to just not play by that, I don't care. They're going to be your characters. You do whatever you want. So I'm excited to see how you guys are going to do that. Name your characters. It'll be fun.
Tyrone.
What you always want to be called? Tyrone.
So speaking of that, started watching Gravity Falls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying the mess
I
out of
love that show. It's so much fun.
We got into the second season, and then Amazon apparently doesn't have. I don't remember if Amy bought them or what. I don't really know. But we're going through. We get to the first episode of the second season. That's where Gideon gets the flashlight that can make you larger or bigger and all that. Really good episode.
Little Gideon.
But we get to it's fixing to be this next episode. It's find out how to watch this video, and I'm like, what is this? Why is this not a thing? And I was very heartbroken because I wanted to keep watching.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
I am looking that up right now.
Because if it's
I
on
wouldn't
Netflix,
be surprised if it's not. Nope, it is not.
It is not. It's a shame. You should do well. It is also a Disney show.
It's Disney, so Disney's it's ours, bye.
But the depth of the writing and everything that's in this show.
It's so good.
It is amazing.
Like,
the jokes are funny.
They're hilarious, and also like because it's very like Illuminati. Like Alex Hirsch, the creator of the show, like he and all the other people, like they would put these like secret codes into the show that you would have to like go and decipher, like actual like actual like codes that are used in like other things.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. I love it.
Yeah, and I'm only a little bit in, but it's
so funny.
It's so funny. It's so good. The character development, like the characters actually develop in this show.
Yes, they do. Like,
they're not just the same character forever.
Like I love like the way it's paced out. A lot of newer kid or at least a lot of like the really good newer kid shows that like that I'm aware of, I guess. They start off where like it feels like that kind of like childish, like episodic kind of feel.
Yeah.
But it's slowly like it ropes you in, and it's like, oh no, there's something deeper going on. You're like, oh, but what?
Yeah, and I'm curious. Like they have books that like detail all of these things.
Yeah.
Dipper has book number 3.
Right.
Gideon has book number 2.
Yes.
I'm going to take a leap of faith here. Stan has the first book because Stan is in on all of this. Like he knows. Your look by not saying anything confirms it.
I'm
confirmed.
No, here's my thing. I'm being 100% honest. I don't remember. I really don't.
Well, that's okay
Just
too.
kidding. I remember.
I enjoy the show.
I love it. And also,
it,
it's really funny going back and forth. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Going back and forth between like that and Bob's Burgers because Kristen Shaw voices Mabel and Louise. Like it's so funny.
She's also on Flight of the Conchords, which is where I was first introduced to her.
I forgot about that.
And as the crazy fan and everything. So just hearing her like become more and more a part of like just the animated world and everything. Kind of like Mark Hamill is in so many different things. And so same guy with Bob's Burgers, like the guy that plays Bob, he's in so many different things. He's in Archer, he's in Bob's Burgers, he's in oh Lord, he's in so many different things.
I was talking to a friend of mine from high school recently. Like I haven't talked to him in years. And he was saying, he was like, I was totally blown away. Like Mark Hamill has like an incredibly extensive voice acting career. And I'm like, yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. And he was like, yeah, he did like stuff for that. I'm like, yeah. And then he was Fire Lord Ozai, I believe was his name, in Last Airbender. And he was like, what? And I was like, how?
He was also in Kingdom Hearts.
That's right. Yeah.
He was Kingdom Hearts. He was Joker. Like
he's in a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill's awesome.
Not just Luke Skywalker.
No, he's not just Luke Skywalker.
So, if you haven't watched Gravity Falls, I suggest you fall down the rabbit hole.
It's so much fun. I love it.
And the intro.
Yes, the intro. So good. I'll have to show. Someone did like a Snoop Dogg remix. So like he's just saying like smoke weed over and over again, but it's like edited to be in the song. And like in like the weather vane on the top, instead of saying north, south, east, west, it just says weed.
It says what on theirs?
Oh, is that's right?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But like, it's just it's one of those things where it's like it's so dumb, but I greatly admire the work that went into it.
Yeah. Last night I've been thinking about it since I've been watching it. If there was a marching band arrangement.
I'm sure there is.
There is?
Yeah. Probably multiple arrangements.
Yeah, I'm sure there. Like, I just looked on YouTube, but I know a place where you can get, like, a bunch of them. So, I know a new stand, too, for next year. So, I'm excited. I really enjoy that show.